Thank you so much, dear Lina. Let me just say what an honor it is for me to be seated here together with all of you, flanked by the chair of this committee, Lina Galvez, and also Vice President in charge of the Gender Equality Week, Antonella Sberna, and so many of you colleagues and members of staff, people who came to this, what has become, I would say, a pillar of our annual calendar, one that we are proud of, that we've worked a lot to maintain, but without these women this would not be possible. So I'd like to start by thanking them, because this Gender Equality Week's focus on talent could not come at a better time. Right now, we need more than ever to build equality of opportunity and to empower women and men alike to step up and help shape our union. I feel, and I'm sure you agree with me whenever we go back to our constituencies, but also if we visit different places of work, that there are still way too many barriers facing women on the path to leadership. And we've just heard from Lina, we have 10 million more women than men in Europe. I didn't know that. I'm the mother of 4 boys. Maybe I should have contributed a little bit more towards that. We have the talent. We have been fortunate not only in this format, but we welcome the most impressive women and young ones from across our continent. I met in the last few weeks alone super aspiring young women in Riga, very ambitious young women and girls in Nicosia, Europeans who have so much to give and who ultimately want to make a difference in their communities. And my message to them was, and as I'm sure would be yours to everybody you meet, is to have their say on our collective future. I don't like to tell young people when I meet them that you are the future. I tell them you are the present. We need to listen to you today in order to make sure that our policy reflects what you want. But as women who came before us made it easier for us, then we should make it easier for them. And sometimes I feel we don't do that enough. Or else we only speak about this on the 8th of March, which is Women's Day. Every year we say the same thing and then we wait one more year before we reaffirm that conviction. So excellent that we have this initiative. I would like to see more young women in our continent run for elections, run for office, to push change. We still have too many barriers pushing them back. But I tell them that things will only change if you make them. If not, otherwise, there will be others who will decide for you. And you might not like what they decide for you. Because ultimately, Europe is not an organic, entity. It doesn't just happen. It was built by generations upon generations of leaders. And it continues to be driven by those who decide to stand up and be heard and say, when they disagree with what is happening, that they disagree, or that they agree when something needs to be pushed. Right now, I think Europe needs much more courage to do that. I think collectively we can help to make sure that that happens more in our countries, in this House, elected members. As we prepare, we look forward to future mandates, as we see how we are doing in making sure that we elevate higher representation of women across all sectors of this House. We are now approaching 40% at the highest level. I would like it to come to 50%, based on merit, of course, but also knowing that there are so many talented women in this House that can push the policies forward. At the same time, we still see that too many women still sit it out at the sidelines. They leave the big decisions for others to take. Of course, it is harder for women to enter politics. We have to admit it. We have to admit that it is harder for women to follow a career path in politics. You need a thick skin. You need to overcome adversity. You will be constantly advised not to do something, to wait, to postpone, to change course. But I've learned that it's worth it to continue going exactly where you want to go, despite the bruising back and forths, the attacks, the scrutiny that is different for other genders, the fossilized stereotypes, if I can call them that the glass ceilings that stubbornly persevere. I think it is ultimately a meaningful and rewarding route for young women and men who want to improve our world, to make sure that we have more women in politics. Now, from our side, what will we do? We will continue to show, I'm very proud of this Parliament, I'm proud to be sitting next to these colleagues, that Europe is worth standing up for. That what we come together, what we vote on, what we push in this House is that by taking tough decisions, it is worth it. We can make a brighter future. If we don't, we can hardly expect women to take the difficult and brave step into politics. We also need to make it easier for women to do their job. Lina, you were mentioning the situation with your daughter. We all have to balance how we work as mothers, as elected politicians. I myself, for example, at 11, need to pick up my little one and to take him to a doctor's appointment, because I'm the one who has to do that, and I will do it, and I'm going to be back at 11:45 sharp. But that's because I need to be there for him. But I also want to say that yesterday in the Constitutional Affairs Committee, we took a decision that I myself did not think would be possible a few months ago. Finally, in this House, we are embarking on a path to make it possible for maternity provisions to be provided for women who give birth. I think, it was a vote that was taken, I would say, almost unanimously, only one vote against. I think I will speak to that colleague to see what the reason was now. But also to see that when we go to plenary next week, we can have as strong a vote as possible. It will not be easy. We still need unanimity from the Council. We still need ratification by each national parliament, because this is an amendment of the Statute of Members, but we will make it happen. Yes. I will come to you after the plenary vote to speak to your national parliaments to make sure that they ratify what is ultimately going to be the path to making sure more young women run for this House and can easily have children along the way. We did it, and it was hard. We just need to make it easier for those colleagues who come after us. So we're working towards that goal. We need everybody involved. Please have a great week where we can come up with concrete steps forward for all women across this continent, and I think we can continue to be leaders globally in this regard. Thank you very much, and have a successful week.